Let's talk about one of the most frustrating, mind-numbing tasks in just about any office, that endless cycle of copy and paste. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever just lost a whole afternoon creating invoices or reports one by one, then you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're looking at a tool that's designed to break that cycle for good.
So let me just start with a really simple question. Does this sound familiar to you? You look at your to-do list, and there it is. Your entire afternoon is blocked off for just one thing, manually creating dozens, maybe even hundreds of documents that are all almost exactly the same. It's a massive time sink for so many of us.
And look, this isn't just a feeling we have. It is a real, measurable problem. Some studies show that small businesses can lose anywhere from 5 to 10 hours every single week on these kinds of tasks. Just think about that for a second. That's basically a full workday, or even more, every single month, just gone, vanished.
And it's not just about the time you lose. It's about the quality of your work and, let's be honest, our sanity. This quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of it. When you're doing the same boring task over and over and over, mistakes are going to happen. It's inevitable. And that frustration, it just builds and builds.
This all leads us to what I call the repetitive document trap. It's this cycle that's so incredibly easy to fall into. But the good news is, as we're about to see, it's also a cycle you can absolutely break.
Oh, you know the drill. You've got all your data perfectly laid out in a Google Sheet. And then the manual labor begins. You copy a name, you paste it into your Google Doc template, you copy an invoice number, you paste that in, save as a PDF, give it a name, and then you take a deep breath and you start all over again for the very next row. It's tedious, and it is practically begging for errors.
So that's the trap. But what if there was a way to just escape it? Well, there is. There's a much better way to do this. The solution we're going to dive into is a tool called Sheets2PDF, and it's built to completely wipe out that manual process.
So what is this thing? Well, to put it simply, Sheet2PDF is an add-on that connects the data in your Google Sheets to your templates in Google Docs. The whole thing lives right inside your Google Workspace, which is great because it means your data stays safe and secure in your own account. And it just automates the whole creation of these polished, professional PDFs.
And this right here really shows the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way, hours of manual, error-prone work, and on the right, you've got the new way. You set up your template just one time, map your data to it, and then you can generate hundreds of perfect files with a single click. The contrast is, it's night and day.
Okay, let's really break down the benefits here. First, the obvious one is efficiency. You're saving hours of your life by generating all these documents in bulk. But just as important are these points about accessibility and security. It all works inside your Google Workspace, so your sensitive data never ever leaves your account. And you don't need to be a programmer to use it. There's zero coding required, which means anyone on your team can get up and running with it.
Now you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great, but it has to be complicated, right? Well, you'd be surprised. The process is actually incredibly simple. Let's walk through exactly how you get from that spreadsheet to a folder just full of finished PDFs. It really is just 4 simple steps. First, you pick your Google Doc template, the one you've already designed. Second, you map the columns from your Google Sheet to the placeholders in that template. You're basically just telling it that the name column goes where it says name. Third, you select which rows of data you actually want to turn into documents. And finally, you click one button to generate all the PDFs. That's it.
And here's one of those little details that just makes a huge difference. You can use your spreadsheet data to automatically create dynamic file names. So instead of a folder that's just full of generic files, you get these perfectly named documents like invoice_1023.pdf created for you automatically. It's a simple thing, but it keeps everything organized and so much easier to find later. And it's got some other really smart features too, all focused on making the process clean and error-free. For organization, you can have it save everything automatically to a specific Google Drive folder, and even download it all as one single zip file. And to prevent mistakes, the tool is smart enough to just skip rows that have missing data, and it'll even create an error log for you so you can easily see if anything needs a second look.
So who is this really for? Well, the answer is pretty much anyone who creates repetitive documents. Its application is just incredibly broad, and it works across so many different jobs and industries.
Just look at some of these examples. Freelancers can generate all their invoices and contracts in seconds. HR teams can create employee contracts or training certificates for a whole department at once.
Teachers can produce custom student reports. Accountants can send out bulk client statements. From event organizers making tickets to agencies creating client proposals, the use cases really are just about endless.
So when you put this all together, the features, the efficiency, the huge range of uses, it all points to one ultimate benefit: reclaiming your time.
This is all about making a really fundamental shift in how you work. It's about moving away from those low-value, tedious tasks that just drain your energy and freeing yourself up to focus on the strategic, the creative, the high-impact work that actually moves the needle for your business or your career.
And that is the real takeaway here. Automation like this isn't just about speed. It's not just about going faster. It's about fundamentally changing where you get to focus your energy. It's about recovering your most valuable, non-renewable resource, your time.
And that leaves us with one final question to think about. If you got back those 5 or even 10 hours every single week, what would you do with them? Would you talk to more clients, develop a new idea, or maybe just finish work on time for once? The possibilities are definitely worth considering.